Hi there, I'm Ron Pereira of Gemba Academy, and I'd like to welcome you back to our 5S course. Now, if you haven't had the opportunity to watch our 5S overview video, I'd like to encourage you to do this before starting with the rest of the modules. Alright, well, in this module, we're going to talk about the first 5S step, which is sort. And by the end of this module, you'll know exactly what sort means, why it's so important, and the 3 steps to follow when starting your 5S journey. Let's start off with a definition of sort. To sort simply means to remove unnecessary items from the workplace that no longer add value. Now, these items can be anything. A few simple examples could range from these old phone books from 1996 to the obsolete tooling crammed in your already overcapacity warehouse, or the excess paperwork devouring your office. So, no matter what the item is, in the end, all we need to do is ask the question, do we really need this? And as many lean practitioners are fond of saying, when in doubt, sort it out. So that's what sort is. Now, let's spend some time talking about why it's so important. First of all, sorting can lead to a much safer workplace. By clearing out the items you no longer need, people will have more room to work, and things like trip hazards and items falling off shelves will be greatly reduced. Additionally, sorting also improves workflow since there's less clutter to deal with. Next, done correctly, sorting will most definitely increase productivity in both production and office environments. Now, I've personally seen examples of productivity improving as much as 50% after simply sorting and clearing out unneeded items from a work cell. Now, as just one example, if you were a machinist, which cabinet drawer would you prefer to work with? And do you think the person working with the drawer on the right would be a bit more productive than the person dealing with the one on the left? Now, if you said yes, you're right. In fact, after a small amount of sorting and straightening and a few other improvements, this particular work area was able to reduce the time it took to set up a machine by 38%. All right, well, now that we've covered what sort is and why it's such a valuable step, let's wrap this module up by discussing the 3 steps we'll follow while sorting things out. And as a reminder, these 3 steps are available for download in this module's PDF summary document, so you'll definitely want to check that out. But before we get to the first official step, I'd like to mention that it's extremely important to involve your site's accounting or controller's office in any sorting activities, since some items may still have book value and will need to be properly accounted for. So make sure to include them, and heck, you might even want to invite them to help out, because you never know, they may love the opportunity to go to the Gemba right along with you. Okay, so the first step of the sorting process is to evaluate and take pictures of the work area. And to help you get started, we've provided a 5S evaluation form in the resources section. Now, it's also extremely important to take pictures during this evaluation step, since referencing these pictures after improvements have been made can be very enlightening. The second step is to simply identify and red tag the items you no longer need. Now, in the next module, I'll explain exactly how to go about red tagging, since while it's not a complicated process, there are some traps you're going to want to avoid. And finally, the third step of the sorting process is to decide what to do with the tagged items. Again, in the next module, I'll offer some suggestions as to how you might actually be able to clear some things out while also helping others. And that's really all there is to the sorting process. We first evaluate and take pictures of the work area. Then we identify and tag items no longer needed, and finally, we decide what to do with these items. Also, as mentioned, we definitely need to involve our accounting department in this process in case any items identified for disposition have book value. All right, well, this wraps up this module on sort, and as promised, in our next module, we're going to learn all about red tagging, and we're finally going to get busy improving the state of our bookshelf. So, we'll speak to you soon.